Hello, friends. Welcome back to our pageant jumpstart Thursday training. I'm thrilled that you are here, and I am excited because I'm going to share with you a ton of resources that are going to help you prepare for your pageant. And, my name is Alycia Darby. I've had winapageant.com since 2000. I believe we started in 2015 with a number one podcast turned into a fast growing YouTube channel and a best selling book, and now our top rated academy program. We've got so many resources for you that when you're new to win a pageant, it might be a little bit overwhelming, and you might be thinking, like, how do I get my hands on all of the things because I don't want to miss out? So, in this video, I'm going to share with you what is available to you currently so that you know where everything is, where to get it at, and that you can make the most of your pageant prep. So, first, we're going to start with our free resources, and I'm going to make sure I include links for you in the description of this video as well, so you can access everything quickly and easily. I'm going to go through them individually, our free resources, our inexpensive resources, and our full-on coaching academy. So I'm going to share a bit about all of these and give you access to each of them. So let's start first with the free resources. What I found is that when you're at the beginning of your journey, you really are not ready to fully invest in terms of time and effort and money. And so it's good to start with free resources, mostly because you can learn a lot if you are a learner and you're willing to lean in. You can learn a lot from just the free resources alone. And if you discover that you really jive with our training methodologies, with our strategies, and with the experience that my team brings, then you can say, okay, now I'm ready to invest a little bit more or all the way to go all in for both pageant coaching and life training. So the free resources I recommend are, of course, start with our Facebook group. Now, inside of our Facebook group, almost every single Thursday, we go live with a snippet of a training. This is like a bite-sized, very small topical training that's either presented by myself or my coaching team, including Trinity Pearson, who's had tons of experience in many different pageant systems. She's the director of client success inside of our academy program. And so she brings a wealth of knowledge and insights that I don't have. So it's fun to be able to hear from the entire team. Those happen on Thursdays. Now, every now and then, sometimes usually like once a month or every couple of months, we do a deep training inside of our Facebook group. And a deep training is where we go very deep into a strategy. This is usually an hour or an hour and a half long training. Sometimes we do a full week of training inside of our Facebook group. We call these our Pageant Jumpstart free week. And we do many trainings that kind of build on each other. Though that's where we're going a lot deeper than just these bite size. But all of that is happening inside our Facebook group, okay? And that's free to join right now. We have over 4,000 members that are a part of our Facebook group that are engaging in this free content. For the most part, it's recorded and posted in the group. So there's so much stuff that you can find just inside the Facebook group alone. Okay, now the second thing that I recommend is to check out our podcast and or YouTube channel, depending on how you like to consume content. The podcast is in numerical order. We have 200 some episodes. Most of them are step-by-step trainings. That's the style that I learn best in. And so that's the style that I teach in. It's also, I have a background with a master's degree in adult learning. And so I know that adults learn very step-by-step. They need examples. We need to have understanding. We need to have analogies and things like that. So that's how those are taught. Now, in our podcast and YouTube channel, we also do some interviews with a lot of guests. So we get in some wisdom and have even had our coaching team even share from their perspective. So there's a ton of free content for you that's very strategic and organized. You can find that on the podcast, wherever you listen to audio podcasts. I listen to Apple Podcasts, but there's Stitcher Radio, and many, many more. And or you can listen to the same things and watch them on video on YouTube. So you can access that at winapageant.com/YouTube. Will direct you to our YouTube channel. And what's great about the YouTube channel is you can actually sort by playlist. So you can say, okay, if I want to watch all the videos on pageant interview, then you could go to our YouTube channel, find the playlist that's pageant interview, questions and answers, for example, pull that up and you'll see the full playlist. So you'll be able to watch them right back to back. Now, another great place to access that same content is directly from our blog. So winapageant.com/blog or /podcast will bring you to the blog. And in our blog, it is also searchable. So you can search, instead of searching on YouTube for our videos, you can actually search the blog. So if you're like, okay, I'm looking for, some structure and strategy around my pageant introduction, then you would go to winapageant.com, you'd go to the blog, and you would type in the search bar on the right-hand side, you'll see, you type in pageant introduction. And then you'll come back with all of the podcasts and videos and blogs that we've done just on pageant interview. So that's another really, really great resource to get that training that's free. Okay, now the third thing, after you've kind of done that, the next great step is to join the free pageant course. Freepageantcourse.com is where you can access that. You can also find it directly from our website, winapageant.com. And this is a little bit more of a time investment. It's still free, but it's a lot more effort because it's extremely strategical. And what I do is I break down the strategy that we train our clients in that has worked across the board in many different systems across all ages. And it walks you through the process of actually implementing it. Okay. So it's not as deep as what's actually happening for the ladies in the academy that are really doing the work, but it kind of gives you this big picture strategy of like, what is this and why does it even work? So that is what you will find in the free pageant course, freepageantcourse.com. Now that's our free content that's floating around out there. And there's, again, hundreds of hours of content. At some point along the way, you'll know if you're like, okay, this is definitely the strategy that I want to follow. This is going to be the thing and of course, you always have to consider the source. So you want to look for values, you want to look for depth, you want to look for long-term opportunity for anything that's just ROI, right? That's investing 101. Okay. It's like, what am I actually going to get out of this beyond the pageant? Okay. So and we always, I always say that with Win a Pageant, you get more than you pay for. That has always been, since I started the company, this has always been something that I want to over deliver. And I know that that's not true with every investment you've ever made, but I commit that we will always give you more than you pay for. So when it's time and you're like, okay, what's next? Well, I'm going to give you two different places for resources that are inexpensive. And then I'm going to share with you what it looks like to go all in with us as a coaching company. So our two resources that are inexpensive, so they are paid, but just not at the rate of full-on coaching, individualized coaching. We have an Etsy store. And our Etsy store is there's only a few products in there, but they're a place for you to get started. So winapageant.com/Etsy is the fastest way to get to our specific products. In there, I have all of the, I was going to say the book, but I haven't told you about the book yet. So I need to tell you about the book too. So let me circle back to that. I have so in our Etsy store, we have a pageant prep binder. This binder will make the most amount of sense when you're following our strategy, but it also will walk you through a ton of pieces that you will need in preparation. So, I don't have my actual binder, but it's like you would be able to then print it and put it into a 3-ring notebook so that you got it all organized. Okay, that's in Etsy. We also have a audio mock interview. So if you're wanting to practice mock interview, the audio mock interview would be for you. And then the book. So this is the book that is #1 bestseller on Amazon. You can see I have it flagged for all of the things that I most reference. I know a lot of my clients do the same thing, underline, highlight all the things you want to reference back during pageant week. So this book is a compilation and organized, again, chronologically organized of the first 100 episodes of the podcast. So you would be able to go through this book in a chronological format. So it would start with positioning yourself to compete, winning mindset, understanding the judges, creating a powerful platform, nail your interview, master your onstage communication, funding your pageant career, because y'all know it ain't cheap, standing out, preparing for pageant week, finishing strong, being a title holder, and then a few other resources in here. So this book would guide you through. This is available on Amazon. You can go to winapageant.com/book to go straight to the book. And it's also in a PDF form. Now, it's hundreds of pages long. It's 303 pages, maybe more. So it's very long, but you also can get this on Amazon. That works really well for some of the women that that Amazon isn't available in their country. And so if that's your case, you can check Etsy and get the book that way. Okay, so those are our free and our inexpensive resources. So what is it like to work with Win a Pageant as your actual coaching team? Well, we do offer one-on-one coaching. I will tell you, it's very limited because we are managing many other pieces with our academy clients. I'll get to that in a moment. But I do offer one-on-one coaching. The availability and pricing of that changes. So I'll leave the link here for you. It's a bit.ly link, bit.ly.com/Alycia coaching calls. I'll leave that for you here so you can access that too. That's the booking link. So you'll be able to see my availability, my current pricing, and you can book straight through that link right into my calendar. That is a really good place to start if you're feeling like, my pageant's really coming up pretty soon. And I feel like I did all the work. I watched all the free stuff. I kind of just need to button it all up and tie it all together. Then the one-on-one coaching call would be great for you. It's also really great for somebody at the other side of the journey. So if you're at the beginning of your journey and you're like, okay, I know that I need to invest. I'm the type of person that will invest and I'll put in the effort. I'll put in the work. I just need some structure and tell me what to do and I'll do it. That is the starting with a one-on-one coaching call is also a great place for you because it will ensure that you don't go too far down the wrong path and then you have a coaching call 2 weeks before your pageant and we don't have time to change anything. So my recommendation is one-on-one calls are best for if you're at the beginning of your journey, you're trying to decide which pageant to do, you're trying to identify if you're even on the right track with the direction that you're going with your legacy project. That's a great time to have a one-on-one call, okay? So I do offer that. And I offer the Win a Pageant Academy. Now, you probably have heard the most about the Academy. That is our flagship signature program. It is a 6 weeks, 6-month coaching program that leads you through every aspect of pageantry with the systems, with the support that you really need in terms of the community that's going to get you to the finish line, plus the mindset, all of the work that you need to launch your legacy project, to get it off the ground and running, to market it appropriately, to get the right media and things like that that you really need in order to stand out compared to all of the other contestants. So it's strategic. It's step by step. It's well organized. So you just start at the beginning. You get coaching support from our entire team. You also get tons of additional bonuses and access to things beyond Legacy Project. Although the key that we really want to ensure you come away with is the Legacy Project. And that is what we are building inside of the Win a Pageant Academy. So that's really for the women that are super high achievers, that know that they are as dedicated as we are. And I do understand that people compete in pageants for many different reasons. And so If you're just like, hey, I'm really just doing this for fun, this is just to like, meet some new people and have a good time, this program is probably not for you. The Academy, all the free resources would be perfect for you. But until you're ready to say, I'm ready to go all in, I actually want to impact and influence people in a very deep way, then the Academy is right for you. It's for women that are ready to go all in, that are ready to do the work, to sow the seeds in order to reap the harvest in 3 months, in 4 months, in 6 months from when they join the Academy. So winapageant.com/academy will take you there. You have access to many, many other things as a part of the Academy. Now, if you are just watching this whole video and your head is spinning and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is so much stuff. Like, where do I even begin with all of this stuff? Then I would point you back first to the free resources. When you're ready to invest and you are considering if the Academy is right for you, or if maybe you should go a different direction, or maybe you're trying to figure out when should you join the Academy, if you've got some questions about it, I would highly recommend you fill out our coaching application. I'll make sure that the link is here for you for that as well. The coaching application is an opportunity for you to express where you're at currently, and you apply for a call. If you qualify for the call, then you and I will jump on a call and we'll be able to talk through briefly kind of like where are you at, what are your hesitations, what's your timeline look like, and this way I'll be able to suggest to you what I think is the best plan of action that's going to fit your lifestyle, your timeline, your goals, and your budget, so that you don't feel I know I've made investments before that I'm like, do I really even have the time to be able to devote to this? I do not want you worrying about that. I truly want you to make the best decision at the beginning. So if you have any question marks, feel free to fill out that coaching application and we'll see if we would be a great fit to work together. Then we'll jump on a call and we'll see how we can make it happen. So I would love, love, love to work with you this pageant season and in the future. Most of our women join us about 4 to 6 months before their pageant and stay with us for even years beyond their pageant, because of the work that we are doing is so much bigger than just pageant coaching. And so I would love to work with you and to really build your influence and impact in not just the pageant industry, but in the area that the purpose that God has called you to individually. I would love to help you on that journey. So please reach out if you've got any questions. Again, start with our free resources, including the free pageant course would be a great place for you to begin. Thanks again for joining us. Let me know if you've got any questions, and I'll see you next week.